Hey guys, it's Matt from Neewer, and normally I'm doing the Neewer Academy videos, which are our tutorials and our tips, but this little light came out recently and it really caught my attention. This is the MS60B and this is the MS60C next to me. And I think this little thing is going to end up in a lot of gear bags. It has a lot of versatility, a lot of functionality, and it's portable. So it's a little powerhouse. We're gonna cover it from the front to the back, and let's break it down. All right, so starting off with this thing, we can just talk about the most basic functions of what it does. Anyone familiar with the RGB panel lights that Neewer makes will sort of be familiar with some of these settings. This light is the B, so this is the MS60B. The B is for bicolor. The C over here is RGB. So this one can dial into the full spectrum of RGB colors. This one goes up and down the Kelvin scale. So this one will adjust to your white balance, no matter sort of what it is, 2700 all the way to 6500. And then you can also change the intensity. So we can dial it up. Here, I'll just turn it on. Whoa, so that's at 100. It's a potent little thing. And you can dial it down. You can see it kind of goes into very subtle numbers there at the end. So that's 1%, which is a nice little jump from 0 to 1. Sometimes these lights will have a big leap up to 1%. And then we can do these little incremental adjustments in intensity all the way back up to 100. And then the other setting on this one in particular dials in your white balance. So warm light at 2700, and then cooler and cooler and cooler up to 65. These also have scene modes. So if you wanted to dial it in to make it look like paparazzi flashes or like a little flicker from a television set, they've got all the settings there for those as well. So the actual light settings I think are very simple and easy operations. What I want to show you is what all comes with the light and how all of this stuff works to make a really powerful light. So let's just start. By the way, everything on the table comes with the light. So starting off, we've got this little reflector. The reflector goes right into this mount on the front. You can see these 3 prongs and they'll fit right in, and you turn, and you've got a nice little reflector that's going to keep your light focused, and it's going to kind of give you a nice little spill of light there. Now, anyone familiar with Bowens mounts, which is what we have on most like mono lights and studio lights, continuous lights, will recognize that kind of bayonet mount. So Bowens are a really great mount because they're universal, and there's so many accessories you can use on a Bowens mount. And the thing is, this is not a Bowens mount. This is a small, Neewer mount. However, every one of these lights comes with a Bowens mount adapter ring. So this guy just slips right on the front. You pull these little pins out, and it pops on, and then we twist the one on the bottom. And now we have a Bowens mount for our light. This opens up this huge world of possibilities for what we can put on the front of this light. So we can put snoots on if you want to have a really focused little beam of light. You could attach soft boxes. One of my very favorite things to attach, I got one here, is a lantern softbox. So lantern softboxes create this really beautiful diffuse light, and you can see it snaps right on. A little turn, and then I'll power it on, and there you can see. I mean, even now you can see what it's kind of doing to my light. I'm not even pointing it at myself. But lantern softboxes give you a beautiful source of light, and they snap right into that Bowens mount. All right, so now let's talk about power supply. This is where I think things get really fun and interesting with this light. So it's going to come with your standard power supply. You've got your AC adapter and your power cord. So obviously this just plugs into the wall, and then the cable plugs into the back of the light. We're very used to doing that. That's great. It's always an option. What makes this light very special though is it comes with a battery mounting plate. So the battery mounting plate is going to allow us to take this light out of the studio. And that's the thing that really gets me excited, because that opens up so many possibilities for location lighting because of that versatile Bowens mount in the front of this light. So let's talk about how to make this work. We need to use our grip mount that comes with the light. You'll notice on the bottom we have a standard baby pin receptor. This is going to fit onto the top of any light stand. And then on the top, we've got our little mount to go onto the bottom of the light. So let's go ahead and get that attached. And then our battery plate is going to mount right here onto this little pin in the front, and it'll click in. Now there is a little button here on the side, and you can hear it kind of click when you lock this in, and that's what you'll push to remove it as well. But for right now, we want it locked in. Now the funny thing about this design is it has this little foot on the bottom of the mounting plate that turns, that allows you to set this upright on a table. Personally, I would keep this on a light stand if possible, but if you really needed this close to like a product for a product shoot, then that gives you kind of a fun option. So let's get our batteries attached. This uses standard NPF batteries. I've got 2 of them right here. Neewer sells these. These come in different sizes as well. I like these big ones, but you can also use smaller ones. And these just attach right here and click in. So now we've got our batteries. We've got our battery mount, and now we just need to get our power connected. So every light comes with one of these little connector cables, and simple enough, we'll just plug it into the top of the battery mount, and then the back will plug in right there. Now before I turn that on, last thing to mention is you also have the ability to attach V-mount batteries to this. So if you're using V-mount batteries, every one of these lights comes with this little gizmo right here. You can use this to attach to a light stand and then clip your V-mount battery into the front. And it also has this little attachment on the front that you could use to, say, put your AC adapter inside of this little satchel here if you wanted to get it up off of the ground. So that's pretty much it. There's one last thing I'll show you. And this little grip mount has this hole right here, and we can use that for an umbrella. So again, versatility. If you like to use umbrellas to condition your light, now you can shine through this umbrella to give a really soft light. You can put a reflective umbrella in here if you wanted that bounce out of it, but you can attach that right into the grip. So you've got yet another option with the light. So I'm not going to use the umbrella. I'm just going to go ahead and put this reflector back on. And there you go. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And you can see that's 100% power, so really bright, and our batteries aren't diminishing the output of this at all. We can dial that down. Again, this is the B model, so this is going to get us up and down the Kelvin scale if we want to adjust that to our white balance. Over here, I have the MS60C, so this is the one that's going to be RGB to get any color that we want. We can dial this in. Here, I'll show you. You can kind of watch my hand, the color change. This goes all the way through the spectrum. So if you want to get greens, blues, oranges, you do every single color on that guy. And that is it. That is our versatile light. I'm a big fan of this light. This guy can go anywhere. You've got so much versatility with the things you can put in front of it. Spotlights, you can do those nice soft boxes, really anything. So I hope you guys get out there and shoot some cool stuff with it, and thanks so much for watching.